Okay, I'm here with Rod Priddle. Rod Priddle, hi.
Hi Lillian, how are you?
And we just finished the launch, CD launch, and what did you think of the show?
Absolutely enjoyed it, of course I did. Jim did a fantastic job as usual. Brought us all back to reality and entertained us and did all kinds of crazy things with the guitar.
And you came into the show tonight and sat down and opened up your new CD, and we pointed out something in the CD that you didn't know about.
Yeah, apparently this whole record is dedicated to me, which is quite a big honor, and I really don't even know what to say yet.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, it makes me feel pretty good.
Yeah, I guess it'll take a while for you to absorb that, I think.
There's no doubt about it. But you know, I've known you and Jim a long time, and to actually, you know, Jim has been, you know, played a lot of music, a lot of people all around the world, I guess, or he's been listened to around the world, played all around North America for sure. And to have the latest album dedicated to me, it's just
it's pretty wild.
Yeah. Actually, I put a little comment in social media, and I said, next to being a parent is the biggest honor I've ever had.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
That's pretty
true.
Well,
you know, it did come out of you because of your, you know, you're visiting with us and, you know, introducing kind of the idea of let's sit down and listen to these FLRs,
full-length recordings.
Yeah. So you came all from your idea. And,
yeah, we listened to some Jethro Tull, Thick as a Brick, and we listened to Supertramp. You guys were out at my house one night. We actually listened to an Iron Maiden concept album. We listened to Seventh Son of a Seventh Son. Pink Floyd The Wall.
Yeah.
Listened to that.
It was great too. It was really nice because it was like some things that I hadn't heard in a long time, like gee whiz, Jethro Tull, and like even the Pink Floyd stuff, and you know, and I think it was the whole discussion between you and Jim as well about the full-length recordings.
His knowledge of music flabbergasted me, and the thing that came out of the whole Jethro Tull experience with Jim was I've always been a Jethro Tull fan since a teenager. I really enjoyed Ian Anderson. I think he's a fantastic musician. And so we listened to Thick as a Brick, and so Jim was kind of critical of it, and I was kind of, okay, what's this about? He said it's kind of over the top and bombastic. So I said, okay, he knows what he's talking about. Let's go look into that. And so we finished listening to the album that night. The next day I jumped onto Google and looked up what Ian Anderson had to say. And their album before that was Avalon, and the press said that this is a concept album and blah 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 blah, and Anderson was like, no, it's not. However, if you want one, we're going to give you one.
Right.
And out of that came Thick as a Brick.
Wow.
And his words were, this album is over the top and bombastic. So I said, okay, Fidler must have read this before. So I called him up and said, all right. Anderson said what you said. And what really intrigued me was that Jim had not known that Ian Anderson described his own album as that.
Exactly.
So it let me know that the knowledge that man has of music, that he actually used the words that the songwriter, the guy that arranged this and wrote it and played it, it was really what Jethro Tull did was, all right, you want it? We're going to give it to you.
Yeah, exactly.
And I guess out of all that, I guess this album came out of that.
Well, yeah, and Jim was talking about it, that he was kind of showing you, like, that this can be done, this
I was being educated in music,
And he was, but he was started to write some music for that purpose, to show you, the formula and that kind of thing. But he got so into it, he was really enjoying it, and then it just carried on one song to the next, and also like all the lyrics are stream of consciousness.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah,
I found that amazing.
Pretty amazing. Like
skill that I don't know if it's a skill. I think it's a gift.
Yeah, for sure.
So it's some people are clairvoyant. Iron Maiden reference there. The Seventh Son of a Seventh Son. That's what that concept album is about. Clairvoyant.
Yeah.
Jim has that ability to just
Yeah, it's interesting the way this whole album unfolded, really, because it started out as such a kind of a simple sort of thing, really. You know what I mean? Like but it bloomed into something like
we're here
pretty
tonight
friggin'
with,
amazing, you know?
Launch party and lots of great people around, and we're all enjoying ourselves.
So you actually planted the seed, and this is the crop.
Yes. Well, like I said, when I read that in the liner notes, the eyes got wet, and I was like, don't talk to me for a minute. It was, and for me, a few things going on in my personal life now. And my mom is sick and stuff like that, and to have that, it's fantastic.
Yeah, that's. I know Jim's happy that he could, it was obvious for him who to dedicate this to, so.
I didn't expect that.
No, well,
anyway,
it was certainly definitely just right. It was definitely right.
So it'll be something I'll be showing around.
Yeah.
And at the very least, I'll be certainly trying to sell this record because my name is in it, right?
Yeah, that's right, exactly. Please do.
Absolutely.
Excellent. Well, thank you, Rod. I'm so happy that you came tonight, definitely. And
I'm glad to be here.
All right. I'll sign off from you now and let you go and enjoy your beer.
All right, take care.
Okay.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to be entertained.
All right!
Sono lieto di poter rievocare in poche parole le esperienze delle prime trasmissioni radiotelegrafiche a grandi distanze da me felicemente eseguite attraverso l'Oceano Atlantico il 12 dicembre 1901.
Holy snapping bra straps. It's a podcast.
Republic of Avalon Radio. It's 0 hours Avalon Standard Time.
Republic of Avalon Radio.
The best radio in the whole wide world!
You're with the roar!
Here now is Jimmy Fidler.
Republic of Avalon Radio, you are with the roar, and I am Jim Fidler. Welcome aboard. This is episode 123, go. And that is the general gist. Go, as in, let's get that album out there. My new album, RPM, is launched, released, out to the public, available. And we had a great night at Spirit of Newfoundland on the 7th. Mike Hanrahan, Derek Harrington, Gordon Quinton, myself, and Kevin Pinhorn on sound. And big thanks to Kathy Hicks as well and all the crew at Spirit of Newfoundland for an absolutely wonderful night. Anybody that was there, well, just let me thank you for coming. It was a very special night for both Lillian and myself, and it's just good to have this record out into the world. It's like the birth of a brand new baby. So let's get that, folks. This record is, if you go back a few episodes. I do a few interviews in regards to the album, and you get a chance to hear what it's all about. But I absolutely guarantee you, this is something just in time for Christmas, you wanna grab a few of these and send them out. You'll endear yourself to some folks, I guarantee you. You know, all ages. This is just a good old what you call album. You know, as in 70s music, concept album. That's what it's all about. So all the details are there in the few episodes before this one. You can go back and listen. But the main thing is the album is done. It's out. It's released. Go to the website, my website, jimfidler.com, and get the real ones. Don't just download MP3s. Get the real ones with the whole jacket and the liner notes and all that kind of stuff. That's what you want. You want the real deal. This is all of Lillian's work as well. So don't just get my work. Get Lillian's too. And like I said, if you were to send this to somebody for Christmas, I think you'd suddenly become a pretty cool aunt or uncle or niece or nephew or mom or dad or son or daughter by doing so. So anyway, let's not get all hung up here. This is episode 123. It's called Go, so let's just do that. Let's get into it. We're going to take you down to Spirit of Newfoundland on the 7th of November, just passed. We're going to hear some music from Derek Harrington, Mike Hanrahan, Gord Quinton, and myself. So, it's a bit of a long one, folks. You might want to strap in for this one. We always say best listen to on headphones, and we stick to that. Anyway, the main point is the album is out, and we're very, very happy. Thanks again to everybody who had anything to do with this album or with the launch, and even just by being there, you had a lot to do with it. So, not just people who plug things in and play things and all that kind of stuff. The audience, the people. That's well, who would you be playing for otherwise? Anyway, thanks to everybody, and on with the show. This we'll start out here with a little bit of music from Derek Harrington, and then on with the rest of it, and enjoy. You are listening to Republic of Avalon Radio.
In the merry month of June, from me home, the star that left the girls at June, sad and broken, heard the salute of me father dear. Just me darling mum that drank a pint of beer, me grief and tears this mother off to reap the corn. Leave where I was born, cut a stout like tar to banish ghosts and goblins, brand new pair of brogue, rattling over the bog, fighting all the dogs on the rocky road. To double and 1 to 3 or 5, up the hare, turn her down the rocky road, all the ways to double and whack for Lallyrad. In Mullingar at night I rested limbs so weary, started by daylight, next morning bright and early, took a drop of the pure, keep me heart from sinking, that's the paddy's cure. When Mary's on for drink of the sea, the laddie smile, laughing all the while, had me curious style, was set me heart to bubbling, asked if I was hired, wages I required, till I was sick and tired of the rocky road. The double and 1 to 3 for 5, up the hare, turn her down the rocky road, all the ways to double and whack for Lallyrad. Whack for Lallyrad, whack for Lallyrad, whack for Lallyrad, whack for Lallyrad. When the Dublin next arrived, thought it'd be a pity to be so soon deprived. If you were that for city, so I took a stroll. All among the quality bundle it was stole. Up in any locality something crossed me mind. Then I looked behind and what could I find? Upon me stick the wobble and quirling for the road. Said to me Connacht bro, wasn't much in vogue on the rocky road. The double and 1 to 3 for 5, up the hare, turn her down the rocky road, all the ways to double and whack for Lallyrad. Whack for Lallyrad, whack for Lallyrad, whack for Lallyrad, whack for Lallyrad. pray, the spirit never fail, and landed on the quay. As the ship was sailing, Captain at me roared, said that no rum had he when I jumped aboard. The cabin all bound for Paddy, down among the pigs. I did some hardy rigs, I danced some hardy jigs. The water round me bubbling when at Holyhead. I wished myself was dead, that the far instead on the rocky road. The Dublin 1, the 3 for 5. What the hair, turn her down the rocky road, and all the ways to Dublin back for Laddie back for Laddie town. Back for Laddie town. Back for Laddie. Well, now the boys of Liverpool, and when we safely land, they called me silver fool. I couldn't no longer stand the blood began to boil. Temporary was losing poor old Erden's oil. They began abusing the rammy salt as I shillelagh I did fly. Galway boys up boy, saw he was a hobbling with the loud hooray. Joined in the affray, quickly cleared the way for the rocky road. The Dublin 1, the 3 for 5. But the hair, turn her down the rocky road, all the ways to Dublin, whack for Laddie Rah. Thank you very much. A song now from the County Wicklow was written, and it was written about a great battle that happened in County Wicklow way back in the 16th century. It's a long time ago. There was a great warrior in Ireland called Fiach Mac O'Byrne, who defeated 3,000 English soldiers at a battle in County Wicklow. And after he defeated the soldiers, he led them on to Carlow and finished the job, as they say. We won't mention what it was, but having said all of that, the song is called Follow Me Up to Carlow. It was written by a fellow called P.J. McCall, who also wrote another song called Bull of Vogue, which is also about a battle. So we'll do Follow Me Up to Carlow. It was written in kind of an Irish idiom. It is in English, believe it or not, as was the Rocky Road to Dublin. The lyrics are in English, but sometimes it doesn't sound like it. Follow Me Up to Carlow. Well, lift up my car, log your face, brooding on the old disgrace. Black Fitzwilliam stormed your place, drove you to the fern. Grace's victory was sure. Soon the firebrand he would secure, till he met at Glenmalure with Fiach Mac O'Byrne. Curse and swear, Lord Kildare, Fiach will do what Fiach will dare. Now Fitzwilliam, have a care, fallen is your star low. Up with halberd, out with sword, on we'll go for by the Lord. Fiach Mac is given the word, follow me up to Carlow. Now see the swords at Glenamal, flashing o'er the English pale. See all the children of the Gael beneath the warden's banner. Rooster of a fighting stock, would you let a Saxon cock crow out upon an Irish rock, playing to teach 'em manners? Curse and swear, Lord Kildare, Fiach will do what Fiach will dare. Now Fitzwilliam, have a care, fallen is your star low. Up with halberd, down with sword, on we'll go for by the Lord. Fiach Mac is given the word, follow me up to Carlow. Well, from Tissacker to Clonmore there flows a stream of Saxon gore. Great is Rory O'Gomore at sending the loons to Haddies. White is sick and grey is fled, now for backwards William's head. We'll send it over dripping red to Queen Liza and her ladies. Curse and swear, Lord Kildare, Fiach will do what Fiach will dare. Now Fitzwilliam, have a care, fallen is your star low. Up with halberd, down with sword, on we'll go for by the Lord. Fiach Mac is given the word, follow me up to Carlow.
morning and the sun shines in her eyes. Beautiful and young, her love has no disguise. It's summer when we met and she asked me to stay the night. Now I didn't refuse, that would be impolite. Oh, you and I are past the passage of time, and love is in our hearts. Love is in all our hearts. Love is in our hearts. Drop out of sight, and living without her makes pettiness seem my life. And if I could go back, I'd surely make things right. It had to save me from this cold and lonely night. Oh, you and I passage of time, and love is in our hearts. Love is in all our hearts. Love is in our hearts. Oh, you and I are past the passage of time. It stops when we find we've nothing left to hide. When my days are at an end, I won't forget you. I'll search the sky and I promise that I'll find you. In our hearts, love is in all our hearts. Love is in our hearts. Love is in all our hearts. Oh, love is in our hearts. Love is in all our hearts. Thank you very much. Well, I'll do a little ballad now from Scotland. And talks about a fellow goes away to one of the wars and to serve his English masters. He's conscripted into the British Army and to fight in some foreign land. And as he's fading away there on the battlefield, he thinks back on his home and his girlfriend, his lady friend, Annie. A tune called Bonny Woodhall. Down by yon green bushes near Calder's clear stream, where me and my Annie so often had been. The hours that flew past us, right happy were we. 'Twas little she thought that a soldier I'd be. So it's farewell to Annie, and I must away. For the king, he needs soldiers, and I must obey. But if Providence proves kind, love, until I return, I will wed with my Annie
near Calder's clear burn. On the 14th of August, a regiment was lost, and a ball from the enemy our lines came across. Oh, it struck me in the temple, and the blood trickled down. I kneeled and I staggered, and they fell to the ground. Come here, says our captain, come here with great speed. For I fear by this bullet Tim Dinsmore lies dead. Two men with a stretcher did quickly repair, and they carried me away to a hospital bed. Cold water and brandy they poured out so free, and they turned me all over my wounds for to see. But if I had my Annie to bind up my wounds, one kiss from her sweet lips would soon deaden this tune. And it's now I'm wet and weary and think on lang syne. And when I was a miner and I worked in the mine, oh, the tears they do trickle and down they do fall, like the roses that bloom round Bonny Woodhall.
Thanks very much. It's a real honor to be here to celebrate Jim and Lillian's brand new CD. The first tune is a piece called The Wild Fields. Thanks very much. Thanks a lot for the applause there. A little bit of feedback there, but it's part of the wind in the field, I guess. Here's a fast tune called Bound for Haystack. It's a traveling tune that I wrote a few years ago about a boat trip to Haystack where my family came from. Thanks a lot. Thanks.
Hi, I'm Bob McDonald, the science guy from CBC's Quirks and Quarks, and you're listening to the Republic of Avalon Radio.
So, what's next?
Okay, Mother Radio. This is the copy for the new Republic of Avalon radio station ID.
Yeah, I've got it here. Hang on a minute. This is Newfoundland. This is Newfoundland. First.
Cue the effects. Coming down in 3, 2, 1.
This is Newfoundland's first podcast. You're with the roar. By the way, am I getting paid to do this?
Republic of Avalon Radio.
Radio for lazy people who don't want to do nothing.
You're with the roar!
Yeah. So the full-length documentary is still being made. In fact, some of it is being recorded here tonight. I think CBC is here tonight, and Mike Fisher is here as well. We're all filming. Lillian's filming. All part. So you're going to be part of a documentary. Isn't that awesome? And there's Jim. Jim, I know you don't like this necessarily, but I noticed that Christina Aguilera was there. And did you guys know that she was the first cousin of this guy?
No, yes,
right? He was famous long before she was. And anyway, so...
I taught her everything she knows.
You say, sure you did. But tell us about that. Like, obviously it's in the genes, music, is it? And,
yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Not Levi's. We're not
well,
talking.
even the word fiddler means, just really means musician.
Right.
And some people think that's not my real name. Check my birth certificate.
It is.
My dad's name is Jim Fidler, except his middle name is Marley.
Oh, wow, you're kidding. And you with your Jamaican roots, yeah.
Yeah.
The Marley, yeah. So, Christina, how is she your first cousin?
My dad and her mom are brother and sister.
Oh, wow, cool. That's really cool. So why isn't she here tonight now, Jim?
She was too cheap to get the plane
Cheap
ticket.
get the plane. So Jim is going to play a couple of tunes for us, songs, and but it's got nothing on the album. The album is really extraordinary. I want to just quickly tell you, if you don't mind, Jim, because we have been waiting all night for you to sing it. You're going to listen to me a bit more.
Ask Lillian to pass up my set list out of my pocket.
Oh, where is it? I get to put my hands in your pocket?
No, it's in my jacket pocket.
Gee, Can someone get the set list?
Can somebody send somebody up to keep this girl under control?
I just want you to know that when I got the... do you need the set list ready?
I do, yeah.
Oh, you do? Okay. No, he means it.
I don't know what I'm at.
Okay. He gave me a copy of the album a couple of months ago, and then with strict rules, right? You know, not allowed to have the phone, not allowed to have interruptions, somewhere that you can listen to the whole thing. So I just encourage you when you buy it tonight, because you're all getting it tonight, right? And cousins, and you say the same thing when you're giving that Christmas present to your aunt and to your uncle. Have the instructions there because it makes it more special. So I really did have to think. I said, oh my God, where am I going to listen to this with no interruptions? And so I decided on the bathtub. And anyway, so I got my own little scene set up in the bathtub where I didn't have the phone. And anyway, and it... I know, it's a great visual for you, isn't it? But I will tell you that if for me...
That's why I wear the shades.
So you don't have to look. Yeah, okay, fine. Right, but you can touch. You can feel with your touch, can't you? Right?
Sometimes.
Sometimes. Anyway, I'll just quickly tell you, if you're carried... Am I boring you, by the way? So it's... he gave me specific instructions, and it really was a really great journey. And I looked for the notes that I made on it, because I had to make notes. And it really was a ride, and it took me through the 70s. I'm a chick of the 70s. And there were so many different experiences all through it, and the right rhythm and pacing, and it was exciting. And but I think it's some of the most brilliant work I've ever heard. And but you're not going to hear it now. So we are going to listen to it in the bar afterwards, because it is more of a studio album, and it really is extraordinary. But ladies and gentlemen, the gorgeous, the talented, the extraordinary Mr. Jim Fidler.
Pull the stool out from under me. Okay. That is the stool. I need the stool.
Oh, I forgot. I'm not Lillian.
Good Lord.
Okay.
Thank you. No, you're not Lillian. I'll just leave it at that. Okay, and plug in the guitar. Yeah, well, thanks, Kathy, for the wonderful intro. And Yeah, she did hear the record when it wasn't even a record yet. And some people might say it's not a record even yet because it's not on vinyl, but vinyl is only a format. Record means recording, of course, you see? An album is just like a group of songs, like a photo album. And that's the whole idea of the album, the record. RPM is just kind of myself and my buddy Rod, who this album is dedicated to. He's here. Stand up, Rod. Give him a hand. We were listening to, Jethro Tull, Thick as a Brick, and Dark Side of the Moon, and Crime of the Century, and, albums. And we listened to The Wall one night. We got halfway through it, actually. And I said to Rod, no offense to Pink Floyd or anything, but that's enough of that for tonight now. And I said, yeah, I can just, it's kind of a little bit ruined for me in a way, because I guess as a music person myself, I say music person, musician I think is a word that's bandied around a bit too much. A lot of people, whatever, anyway. So I could just sort of spot all the Lego blocks and all the bits and pieces where the song slows up and it slows down and speeds up, and then they go and stuff like that. I was saying, I can sort of spot all that, and I wasn't really all that interested in hearing the second half of it. So the next day I got up and literally just recorded the first track on this album. That was a Saturday. And then the next day I got up, it was a Sunday, I recorded the second track on the album. And I said, why don't I just keep going? This is a lot of fun. So I started out kind of taking the mickey out of the whole, rock stars and people worship and all that stuff. And I realized that I had kind of dived into a place where I come from, really, because there's the cultural music, the Celtic music, growing up in Newfoundland and all that. And then there's reggae music, which is really, for me, I guess, my social, socio-political, spiritual outlet. But the main music that I grew up with was just, I guess, what we called music, the stuff on the radio. One song would be Kenny Rogers, the next song would be Supertramp, the next song would be whatever. It didn't matter. So moms and dads and kids and everybody all listened to the radio, and some of us liked this song more than that song, and so on. So that's what really that album is about. It's kind of, I call the album a serious joke, because it's a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun making the record, and it's just kind of in that mindset. Back when I was a very young musician, that's when I was buying these records, when they were coming out brand new. So anyway, I'm gonna play a few songs for you now, and then we're gonna actually go out, and I'm gonna have my first beer of the night, and we're gonna listen to their album. And just want to say to everybody that's here that Lillian and myself really appreciate you being here. We've gotten to speak with most, not all of you yet, but when we go out to listen to the album, come over. Please feel free to come over and talk to us and all that. Anybody who knows us knows that we're not snobs or anything like that. And so I'll start out here with a little song that I wrote a long time ago now. It's on my Gypsy album, and this one is a song about kind of a call to eyes as opposed to a call to arms. This is a song called Rising of the Moon. Every river has to flow down from the mountains to the ocean. Every new day has its dawning by the rising of the moon. Ooh. Every empire has to crumble into social revolution. Every true heart in the world hopes that the day is coming soon. Have the words of our forefathers lost all their meaning? Or have we grown too wise to realize what they mean? Or they laughed at the old people's dire predictions? Now with shame we proclaim them to be prophecy. Rise up, rise up, rise up, rise up, rise up, rise up, 'tis the rising of the moon. Rise up, rise up, rise up, rise up, rise up, rise up, 'tis the rising of the moon. Out from many's a mud wall cabin eyes were watching through the night. Many's a manly heart was throbbing for the blessed warning light. Murmurs passed along the valleys, get you ready quick and soon. We all must stand together by the rising of the moon. Hear the voices of the people as we cry out for freedom. Everyone in the whole world just wants to be free. Whoa, whoa, whoa. But it's one thing to talk and another to listen. Yeah. If we all close our eyes, then we never will see how they fought for this island, and full bitter was their fate. Oh, I prayed to Jah in heaven, and I hope that it's not too late. For the days are passing swiftly, and the time is coming soon. We all must stand together by the rising of the moon. Rise up, rise up, rise up, rise up, rise up, rise up, 'tis the rising of the moon. Rise up, rise up, rise up, rise up, rise up, rise up, 'tis the rising. We don't need no more trouble. We don't need no more war. We don't need no more fussing and a fighting. What we need is love, sweet love, to guide and protect us along. If you're up looking down from above, got to help the weak if you are the strong. And we don't need no more trouble. We don't need no more war. We don't need no more killing one another. What we need is love, sweet love, to guide and protect us along.
If you're up looking down from above, you got to help the weak if you are the strong. And rise up, rise up, rise up, rise up, rise up, rise up, 'tis the rising of the moon. Rise up, rise up, rise up, rise up, rise up, rise up, 'tis the rising of the moon. Thank you. How's about Buddy Tunes' guitar, what? Good Lord. Don't try this at home. All right, this is a song that I wrote up in Toronto. Went to Toronto in 1990 and just to sort of scout out the scene. And yeah, it's kind of crazy, really. Crazy scene. And so I wrote this little song, again from the Gypsy album. Myself and a buddy were getting off the subway, and he tells me, okay, on the escalator there's the walking lane and the running lane. And at that point I knew that I wasn't going to be staying in Toronto very long. So I wrote this little song called Say Something. Oh no, that's the wrong song. Sorry. The next song I'm going to do is all about that. And this song is all about, you know, when you try to help people out and tell them stuff and help them out and stuff, and they don't listen to you, and then they just go on and do all the whatever stuff anyway, and all that. That's what this one's about. See? That is the song. This is Great Big World. Everyone's got to understand, when you're living in a stranger's land, ooh, you got to find a place. Yeah, you got to find a place. 'Cause the suffering in the street could never, never, never compete with the suffering in your soul. Ooh, when you're all alone. And no matter where you go, there's one thing you got to know, that the breezes are gonna blow. Ooh, it's a great big world. It's a great big world. And the love for your fellow man, if you listen you would overstand. It's got to be in your heart. Ooh, right from the start. And everyone's got to have a soul, 'cause we're aiming at a common goal, and we got things to do. Yes, it's up to you and you and you. 'Cause no matter where you go, there's one thing you got to know, that the breezes are gonna blow. Ooh, it's a great big world. It's a great big world. It's a great big world. Everyone's got to understand there's no such thing as a stranger's land. Oh, there got to be a place for the whole human race. And if you look deep within your soul, you would see we have a common goal, and we don't need no fuss. Yes, it's up to us. And no matter where you go, there's one thing you got to know, that the breezes are gonna blow. Ooh, it's a great big world. It's a great big world. It's a great big world. Said it's a great big world. Said it's a great big world. It's a great big world. It's a great big world. Said it's a great big world. Said it's a great big world. It's a great big world. Thank you. Get your songs straight, for the love of God. I don't know, see, I haven't done that other one so long that it's like in my mind somehow the two songs are kind of just melted together. I don't know. I guess I think the title track to maybe not the very next album, but one coming up, I guess. It's a song about, am I in the right key? I think so. Again, I've only done this one a couple of times where anybody could catch me doing it. And this song is just about not having to go away. Everyone thinks you got to go to London, or you got to go to New York, or you got to go to Toronto, or whatever. But, you know, you can stay here and do whatever you're doing. And, you know, people can do it. Like Kevin over there at the soundboard. Kevin Pinhorn, give him a big hand. You know, he went away, went to audio engineering school, top of his class and top of the school and top of the pops, and came back here, did a bit of work with me, and he's carried on. He's still here and he's still working. And I would assume most of the people in this room here now live here and do whatever you do, so you don't have to go to Toronto or whatever, you know? So this song is called Livin, as in, you know, just living wherever you are. And in your hometown, I guess. That's the basic idea. Chasing rainbows, I'm always on the run. I don't know where I'm going till the day is done. I'm warm on Sunday morning, I'm cool on Friday night. I trying nothing till I get it right. Cause I'm walking on sunshine, not tripping on the ozone, talking on the grapevine, not hanging on a telephone. I'm living on my own time, not living in a time zone. Cause I'm living in my hometown. Cause I'm living in my hometown. I'm seldom surreptitious. I say what's on my mind, so don't get repetitious, waste my precious time. I've always liked the radio, it helps me pass the time. I don't like television, it's no good for my mind. Cause I'm walking on sunshine, not tripping on the ozone, talking on the grapevine, not hanging on a telephone. I'm living on my own time, not living in a time zone. Cause I'm living in my hometown. Cause I'm living in my hometown. And if you can't appreciate where I'm coming from, then I just have to say that you're not the fortunate one. Cause I'm walking on sunshine, not tripping on the ozone. I'm talking on the grapevine, not hanging on a telephone. I'm living on my own time, not living in a time zone. Cause I'm living in my hometown. I'm walking on sunshine, not tripping on the ozone, talking on the grapevine, not hanging on a telephone. I'm living on my own time, not living in a time zone. Cause I'm living in my hometown. Cause I'm living in my hometown. Cause I'm living in my hometown. Living in my hometown. I'm always chasing rainbows.
Thank you. And it is true. I am always chasing rainbows. Can't help it. Well, one fine day in the month of June, she's a downtown girl, she's a get-around girl. I figured that I'd write me a silly little tune. She's a downtown girl for sure. She likes waking up with her hair messed up. She's a downtown girl, she's a get-around girl. She likes waking up with her hair messed up. She's a downtown girl for sure. Well, I took her to the tavern for to have a pint of beer. She's a downtown girl, she's a get-around girl. She was dancing and flirting with everybody there. She's a downtown girl for sure. She likes waking up with her hair messed up. She's a downtown girl, she's a get-around girl. She likes waking up with her hair messed up. She's a downtown girl for sure. Then we went to the regatta for to see the goings on. She's a downtown girl, she's a get-around girl. I looked the other way, when I looked back she was gone. She's a downtown girl for sure. She likes waking up with her hair messed up. She's a downtown girl, she's a get-around girl. She likes waking up with her hair messed up. She's a downtown girl for sure. Then I went to her house to meet her mother and her father. She's a downtown girl, she's a get-around girl. When I got to the door, they confused me with another and another and another and another. She's a downtown girl for sure. She likes waking up with her hair messed up. She's a downtown girl, she's a get-around girl. She likes waking up with her hair messed up. She's a downtown girl for sure. So if you
ever go out for to have a pint of beer. She's a downtown girl, she's a get-around girl, and you see her coming toward you, then you better steer clear. She's a downtown girl for sure. She likes waking up with her hair messed up. She's a downtown girl, she's a get-around girl. She likes waking up with her hair messed up. She's a downtown girl for sure. Yeah, she likes waking up with her hair messed up. She's a downtown girl, she's a get-around girl. She likes waking up with her hair messed up. She's a downtown girl for sure. Thank you very much. Again, thanks everybody for coming down. We're going to go listen to the album in the next room now shortly. I just want to say thank you, big thank you to Kathy and Angela and everybody down here. Give them a hand, please. And huge thanks to the guys for coming down and helping us kind of slap this baby on the arse. Big thanks to Gordon Quinton and Mike Hanrahan and Deco. Big thanks to Derek Harrington. Give those guys a hand. They were wonderful. Big thanks to my friend Rod Priddle. Stand up one more time. If it weren't for him, I wouldn't have made this album. So, big thanks to Rod. And last but not least, I wouldn't be doing anything at all if it weren't for Lillian. I already thanked ye, but I'll thank ye again because this is what it's all about. And, you know, none of us are here on this earth forever. We're only here as long as we're here. And it just so happens that right here, right now, we're here tonight. And I hope that you go away from here tonight with some good memories. And having been here, you weren't somewhere else where you could have done something better or made more of a difference or helped somebody else out or whatever. Hopefully this is all in the right direction. So a little song, I'll dedicate Long Distance to my buddy from New Orleans, Kevin Doucet. Little New Orleans song. Sitting by the fire, my grandma told your grandma, gonna set your flag on fire. Talk about hey now, Aiko ande, Jacamo fina anane, Jacamo fina ane. See that man all dressed in red, Aiko ande. Bet you $5 he can kill you dead. Say Jacamo finane. Talk about hey now, Aiko ande. Jacamo finane, Jacamo finane. See that man all dressed in green, Aiko ande. He ain't a man, he's a loving machine. It's a Jacamo finane. Talk about hey now, Aiko ande. Jacamo finane, Jacamo finane. My flag boy and your flag boy sitting by the fire. My flag boy told your flag boy, gonna set your flag on fire. Talk about hey now, Aiko ande, Jacamo fina ande, Jacamo fina ande. Talk about hey now, Aiko ande, Jacamo fina ande, Jacamo fina ande. Talk about hey now, Aiko ande, Jacamo fina ande, Jacamo fina ande. Jacamo finane, Jacamo finane, Jacamo finane, Jacamo, 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 Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you. God bless. And let's go listen to that record. Yeah, come on.
A Root Cellar production.